Good day, ma'am. I'm Erika Espiritu of 23A12S, and this is my report. Latent prints. Are those markings usually rather distinct? Left by oily matters or perspiration exuded from the fingertips upon any substance with the finger may touch. For example, humawak ka sa salamin, yung fingerprint na yon sa salamin na pagkakabakat niya, yun yung tinatawag natin na latent print. So, cause of latent print. Ridges or the raised strip of skin. Parang yun na nga yung sinasabi ko nga bumabakat. Then, the second is the sweat or perspiration. Then, in latent prints, we have three classes also. First one is visible patent prints. So, this is the meaning. These are prints made by the fingers smeared with colored substances such as blood, ink, grease, dirt, or paint. These prints are seen in the naked eye without being developed. If the ridges are clearly visible, photographs of this kind can be made without any treatment to the prints. So, itong visible patent print daw ay madaling makita. Ito yung madaling makitang fingerprint kahit kasi 'di ba sa may blood, pagka hinawakan natin yung blood, bumabakat yung mga kamay natin, yung mga daliri natin. Ganon. Saka sa mga ink, mga grease na yan, or dirt, or paint, bumabakat. So, the second one is semi-visible latent print. These are molded or plastic impressions. They are print made in plastic materials such as soap, melted candles, wax, paraffin, the adhesive gums of the envelope, and postage stamps and like. These prints need no development, although photography is more difficult than the visible prints. Yung semi-visible prints, ito din yung bumabakat din siya at medyo madali din siyang makuha. Kasi nga, kunyari, yung melted na candles, yon, example na yon. Di ba pag piniga natin yung melted na candles, di ba bumabakat yung mga daliri natin? Syempre, nakakopy niya mismo yung naka-fingerprint natin. Then, the third one is invisible latent prints. These are the common types of chance impression, prints that cannot be seen by the naked eye, especially on papers, cardboards, boxes, and can be developed by the use of the right kind of powder and chemical to make them visible. So, ito namang invisible latent prints na to. Ito yung type ng prints na hindi mo agad-agad makukuha kasi, for example, yung sa mga papers, makikita mo ba agad yung prints na yon? Yung kunya hinawakan mo itong paper na to, makikita mo ba siya agad? Di ba? Hindi naman. So, ginagamitan siya ng powder na or kahit anong chemical na pang test talaga sa mga pagtingin ng mga tulad nga na to, yung papel na to, hinawakan ko. Sa powder na yun, makikita mo yung yung pinaka-fingerprints na nangyari. Para maging visible siya. Ganun yun. Then, we have things that must not be done at the crime scene. So, 5 to. First one is do not develop latent prints without photographing. Huwag mong lilipat yung mga bagay na hindi pa na-develop or hindi pa siya nakukuhanan ng picture. Then, the second one, do not leave latent prints on small movable objects. Huwag mo siyang ilalagay sa huwag mo siyang i-move sa ibang bagay, ganun-ganon. Then, the third one is do not remove objects without photographing. Huwag mong iaalis yung bagay na yon hanggat hindi mo nakukuhanan. Then, the fourth one is do not powder the entire crime scene. Huwag mo munang lalagyan ng powder yung crime scene na yon hanggat hindi pa pwede. Do not develop visible latent print. Huwag mong lalagyan ng yung visible latent print kasi nga nakikita naman siya agad. So, ayun na po yung pagkakaintindi ko sa latent prints. So, thank you and God bless.
So, good morning everyone. I'm Delwin Diego. So, ito nga pala ang report. Method of developing latent prints. Number 1, physical or powder method. The suitable materials for this technique are glass, porcelain, ceramic, pottery, metallic item, plastic, and bamboo. The principle involved in this technique is that developing reagent adheres to sweat percent the latent print. So, powder method. From the word powder method pa lang, syempre, para matrace natin yung print, powder na yung gamit natin. So, powder method, kadalasan na ito ginagamit daw sa mga bagay na glass, porcelain, ceramic, pottery, metallic item, and plastic, and bamboo. So, yung powder method daw, doon lang pwedeng gamitin sa ganung bagay lang. Sweat present, the latent print. So, ang hinahanap kaya pala nag-apply ng powder method, ang hinahanap pala yung sweat present o yung pawis na nandun pa rin, yung hindi pa rin nawawala. So, meron tayong two types of powder. Letter A, black powder. This is applied on white and smooth surface. So, yung black powder daw, ito daw yung powder na pwede lang siyang na-apply dun sa white, sa mga puti lang o at this smooth surface, parang siya. Siguro ito yung glass, tapos mga porcelain, ganun, plastic, kasi siguro mga clear siya, mga white. So, di ba pagka kunwari may mga clear na tayong gamit, di ba pag in-apply natin ng black ng mga kulay item, di ba mas madali natin silang nakikita o matitrace. Gaya na lang din dito sa pag-trace ng print. Letter B, white or aluminum in powder. This is applied on black and smooth surface. So, parang baliktaran lang, di ba? Pagka sa white naman, ang i-apply naman sa black surface naman, ang i-apply naman natin white powder naman. Syempre, di ba pagka ako naman kasi, hindi naman pwedeng pagka sa black, ang i-apply din natin black, di ba? Lalong mga pagbabago. So, ganun lang, para matrace natin yung prints, gagamitin natin sila itong dalawang powder na ito. The two types of powder involve the principle of contrast to develop latent print. So, itong two types ng powder na ito, ina-apply natin ito pagka naghahanap tayo ng prints. So, para makita natin pag in-apply natin ng powder, diba makikita natin may pagbabago o nakikita natin na merong prints. Number 2, this powder are applied on the surface through brushing. So, ang pag-apply pala ng powder na ito through brushing o sa pamamagitan ng pagbabrush, para siguro para mas madali. So, ito lang ang pagkakaintindi sa physical or powder method.
I'm Emerito Ballesteros Jr. and my topic is dusting latent fingerprint. Fingerprint dusting powders are available in various colors and chemical compositions to provide maximum development and contrast. When dusting for fingerprints, use a powder that contrasts in color the surface. Ang fingerprint dusting powders daw po ay magagamit sa iba't ibang kulay at mga komposisyon ng kemikal upang magbigay ng maximum na pagbuo at pagkakaiba. Kapag nag-aalis ng alikabok para sa fingerprint, gumamit ng isang pulbos na naiiba sa kulay sa ibabaw. To dust for fingerprints, following this step. 1. Make sure the brush is clean. Roll the handle brush between your palms to separate the bristles. Tiyakin daw pong malinis ang brush at i-roll ang hawakan ng brush sa pagitan ng iyong palad upang magpaghiwalay ng bristles. Number 2. Shake the powder to loosen the powder. Apply the powder lightly to print, following the contour lines of the ridge to bring out details. I-shake daw po ang powder para mabawasan ito. Tapos maglagay ng kaunting powder sa lines ng print at pagkakaayos dito. Number 3, remove all excess powder. Tanggalin daw po ang mga sumobrang powder. Number 4, photograph. Use a camel hair such as possible. Brush for most surface. When photographing, develop latent prints. Record the color, the powder used, the color of the surface and color of the surface and location of the prints. Place your identification, date and case number on the back of the photograph and submit it to crime laboratory. Gumamit daw po ng isang camel hair hanggat maaari. I-brush para sa pinaka-ibabaw. Kapag ang pagkakuha ng larawan ay nakabuo ng nakatago na print, itala ang kulay ng pulbos na ginamit, ang kulay ng ibabaw at lokasyon ng print. Ilagay ang iyong pagkakakilanlan, petsa at numero ng kaso sa likod ng litrato at isubmit ito sa crime laboratory.
My name is Veejay Santos. Lifting prints. To lift fingers, use commercially preferred lifters that has both and black and white backgrounds and white transparent lift tape. Use black lifters for light powders and light filters and black powders to white filters. And do not use too much pressure. Work out any bubbles that appears under the tape. Applying extra pressure when you have lifters and prints transparent into fingers card. Ito yung nagsasabi ng kung sino yung may sala. Ito yung mga naghahanap ng mga fingerprints, yung mga ebidensya na kailangan hanapin. Ito yung lifting prints na sinasabi nila. Thank you po.
Number 1, fingerprint powder is composed of many different ingredients that can vary greatly depending on the formula used. Most black fingerprint powders contain rosin black, ferric oxide, and lamp black. Many also contain inorganic chemicals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, copper, silicon, titanium, and bismuth. Number 2, fingerprint brushes. When powdering fingerprints, a fine quality brush is indispensable since stiff hair can damage papillary ridge. The fingerprint brushes below are made from a type of very soft hair, commonly known as squirrel hair. Number 3, this lifting tape is designed for lifting of fingerprint with our development with fingerprint powder. Lifting tape works best when lifting print from flat surface like glass windows. After lifting, the tape is applied to a backing card in a color with best contrast with the fingerprint powder.
My name is Arlon Gatchalian, CRI-A12S. Chemical liquid. Ninhydrin is most commonly used to detect finger as the terminal amines of lysine, redox of peptides and protein. Slug of fingerprints react with ninhydrin. Ninhydrin petroleum benzene solution. Ninhydrin is the used development talent prints of pronounced sulfur. Ninhydrin react with the amino acid present in the perspiration. 0.5 grams of ninhydrin crystal are the first dissolved in the 3 ml of method and stirring device, then 4 ml of iropronal is added, follow of 93 ml of the petroleum ether. TMB. tetramethyl benzedrine method, polyphenol from 1.96 mg and gram high, dry weight of Pyrus boysenera, Bob's lip extra, and the amount of flavonoid complex was 0.125 mg and gram, dry weight of the Pyrus boysenera bush leaf extract.
Other chemical development of latent prints. Number 1. Colloidal Gold Universal Fingerprint Developer. It is developed at Los Alamos National Laboratory. This process, which is used by the FBI and Secret Services, can effectively develop prints on plastic, bank checks, counterfeit money, metal and skin, even after cyanoacrylate or ninhydrin have failed. So, isa daw po siyang development ng laboratory na mayroong proseso na ginagamit ng FBI at Secret Services na mabisang ginagamit na matrace yung mga prints sa plastic, bank checks, counterfeit money, metal, or sa mga balat. Number 2. Amino black. A dye sensitive to properties of blood and may be used with contaminated visible prints involving blood. It has the capability to turn blood proteins to a blue-black color. Isa siyang sensitibong properties ng dugo na may kakayahan na magkontamina ng mga visible prints including blood. At meron din siyang kakayahan gawin yung mga blood proteins to a blue-black color. Number 3. Crystal violet. It is used to develop latent prints on the adhesive side of almost any kind of tape. It may also be useful on plastic surfaces. Crystal violet is mixed with the water and the tape. Is soaked in the solution. The tape is then rinsed with tap water. Any latent print that appears is dyed as purple color. The results can be enhanced by viewing the treats or under laser illumination. Isa siyang develop latent prints na ginagamit para sa lahat ng kind ng tape para gawing useful sa mga plastic surfaces. Crystal violet ay ginagamit din na panghalo sa tubig at yung mga tape na yun ay magiging solution. Number 4. Iodine fuming. It is the oldest and the most proven method of developing latent prints on both porous particular paper and non-porous surfaces. It is the subsequent use in ninhydrin may be required. The iodine fuming should be done first. Siya yung pinakamatandang way ng method para ma-develop ang mga latent prints sa parehang porous particularly paper and non-porous surfaces. Number 5. DFO 18-diisofluorine-9-1. This is a ninhydrin analog. It reacts with the proteins to give a highly fluorescent red colored product, which is more sensitive than ninhydrin. These red prints may be immediately visible to the naked eye. DFO developed prints fluoresce under almost all lesser alternative light resources. Ninhydrin may be used in conjunction with the DFO, however, DFO must be used first. Dito naman is ninhydrin analog na nagre-react sa mga protein na nagbibigay siya ng high fluorescent red colored product na nagiging cause ng sensitive sa mga ninhydrin. Yung mga prints din ito ay nagbibigay siya ng mabilisang process sa ating mga mata. Number 6. Small particle reagent, SPR. This is a technique of developing latent prints that have been immersed in water, as when a perpetrator has attempted to dispose a firearm used in a crime by throwing it to a river or lake. It is also used to develop prints on dew or rain-soaked cars on surfaces covered with residue, such as salt from being near the ocean. Developed prints appear dark gray on a light surface and light gray on a dark surface. Isa siyang technique na ginagamit sa latent prints na pwede makatulong sa mga crime scene na halimbawa ginamit yung isang bagay at tinapon ito sa ilog o lawa. Ginagamit din ito sa mga prints na nagde-develop siya ng mga kulay na dark gray on a light surface and light gray on dark surface. Gas method, superglue or cyanoacrylate The Canovan brand name in the Philippines is Mighty Van. This is applicable to metals, plastic, synthetic, resin, painted, wood, and metal leather product. Adherent surface, not sticky side, glossy paper, plywood, or skin of the human body. So, ito na yung method na ina-apply sa halos sa applicable to metals, plastic, synthetic, resin, painted wood, and metal leather. So, para matrace yung print sa metal, sa mga metal, and metal leather, plastic, and resin. Ang ina-apply natin is super glue or piano acrylic. So, di ba kadalasan, di ba, example lang natin sa baril o sa di ba, sa mga types of weapon na metal. So, ito pala yung ina-apply nila, yung super glue. And then, pati na rin pala sa painted wood, sa mga leather. Para matrace yung print, ang ginagamit pala nila yung super glue. So, siguro yung pag in-apply nila yung glue, diba, magpo-form siguro dun sa glue ng prints. So, matitrace nila kung ano yung kaninang print yung nandun. Pati na rin pala sa adhesive tape, adherent surface side, not sticky side, glossy paper, plywood, and skin of the human. So, adhesive tape, ito naman po yung ginagamit sa glossy paper, plywood, and skin of the human bodies. So, ang ginagamit naman nila sa glossy paper, plywood, skin of the human body, yung adhesive tape. So, siguro yung adhesive tape, ina-apply nila sa tatlong sa glossy paper, plywood, and skin of the human body. So, hindi ko lang alam kung paano yung pag-apply nito. So, yun lang din yung pagkakaintindi ko sa super glue. Acrylic. Thank you.
This is Gerald Bajacan, Enthusiast A12S, and this is my video presentation, and my topic is procedure after developing prints. Number 1, photographer appropriate photos should be done with and without scale. If possible, a 1:1 photo should be taken. Kailangan daw po pag kukuha ka ng litrato, wala siyang limit. Parang ganun. Upon completion of the photography, the decision must be whether the entire item will be taken or whether the print will be lifted. Remember, the print, the evidence, not necessarily the surface that the print was developed. Yung decision daw po nakasalalay dun sa item o picture na kinuha mo, tsaka sa fingerprint evidence. Number 3, when a lift is made, place onto a latent fingerprint lift card, the following information should be present: case report number, date and time, scene address, person taking the lift, type of object, place of lift. Take up elimination print from victim and witnesses were appropriate. Kumuha daw po ng elimination print sa biktima at saka sa may witnesses para mas madali ang kaganan. Care and transportation the evidence. Ensure the chain custody is recorded to provide accountability. Kailangan daw po pag ensure daw yung ensure the chain of custody. Tas kailangan i-record para kasi ikaw yung mananagot dun eh. 8 items need to be secured ensured proper securing it by top and bottom or place least likely to damage the item of fingerprint. Kailangan daw mas dalhin mo sa lugar na safe po, hindi magagalaw yung item by top and bottom, ganun.
Small particle region, SPR. This is a technique of developing latent prints that have been immersed in water as when a perpetrator has attempted to dispose of a firearm used in a crime by throwing it into a river or lake. It is also used to develop prints on view or print sockers on surfaces covered with residues such as salt from being near the ocean. Develop prints appear dark gray on a light surface and light green on a dark surface. DFO diasample 1. This is a non-homogeneous analog. It reacts with photons to give a highly fluorescent red colored product. It is more sensitive than non-hardened. These red prints may be immediately visible to the naked eye. Therefore, developed prints fluoresce under almost all laser alternative light source. Non-hardened may be used in conjunction with the DFO. However, DFO must be used first. Writing polymer is the oldest and most common method of developing latent prints on both porous, particularly paper and non-porous surfaces. With the subsequent use of non-hardened may be required, the hiding should be done first.